You lose energy, you lose focus when you eat. Every time you eat, you ever feel that afterwards where you're like, oh. Monday is notoriously the big call day out of the week where you got all of your weekly check-ins with clients, you got check-ins with the team, how'd the weekend go, what are we looking to accomplish this week. Dude, the sunglasses make it look like it better than it is, dude. I'm exhausted. This was a long weekend. I'm usually like super ready to go for these calls Monday because you take Sunday and just gotta rest, do a little bit of studying, like relax the brain. I'm tired, man. It's 8:04 a.m. and I just got out of the gym. Everyone preaches consistency, but it's hard to actually do, believe it or not. And like every time I know I need to be consistent, something always pops up. Like, you know you need to be consistent, then the alarm goes off and like you don't want to. You really just don't. And you gotta keep going. So that's what we're trying to really dial in on, is how can we just stay consistent every day? And how do we raise the low of output, of effort, of brain power? Like, how do we keep raising the low? Like net worth, like what's the low and how do we keep raising it? Today is probably the biggest Monday of calls. I think we have like 15 or so lined up, and most of them are with the team one-on-ones because we got acquired by a PE fund. It's been almost a month since we got acquired, and we're starting to make some big changes internally of like making this a more and more legit business. Enterprise accounts on all the softwares. Everyone's got the Brand Sharks email, websites going up. We're dialing our advertising. Like, more and more stuff is happening. I got both hands on the wheel, by the way, right now. Just holding the phone. It's actually kind of a good strat. But we're making this thing more and more legit every single day. And I need to talk to every person on the team over the next couple of days and just let them know like what's up and if they're still a good fit to work with us on the team, especially like the editors, because they're like on a contractor basis. They do like per video basis. So I just need to make sure that like they know what's expected of them, and if those expectations are okay with them, then what the consequences are if they don't perform on those expectations. So what we'll be doing is performing something called the container of trust, which I learned from good coach Colby Jubinville. He says that every time you're talking with a team in a conversation like this, you need to have 4 points. 1, do you think that I'm competent enough as a leader to bring us to the levels I say we're going to go? 2, do you think that I have your best interest in mind? 3, here are the agreements. If yes to the first 2 questions, this is what you got to do. And 4, this is what's going to happen if you don't follow through with those agreements. I'm ready to go. It's just going to be a matter of bringing the energy and bringing the correct tone to each of the calls. To have the maximum impact on each person that we're talking to. Everybody can perform when they feel good. That's why upsets happen in sports, is because one team's just having the best day of all time, the other team's having a bad day. And it's not about how good you can perform when you're on your game. It's about how good you can perform when you're not on your game. What's your low? Like, what is your standard? Like, what's the lowest that you will go no matter how you feel?
This week was really, really good for Instagram. This was our first week where we actually got 10,000 new followers on Instagram alone. So this was from August 4th to August 10th. So we did the Sunday to Saturday. But then if you check again this morning from Monday to Sunday, it was actually like 10,163 followers just for this week on Instagram alone. So it was another really good week of growing on Instagram. Excited to push for that 200,000, like a rapid growth phase right now. Remember, it was right around July 1st, we hit the 100,000 mark. And now already today's 155,000. I think we're pushing 156. But I just want to highlight that super quick because our biggest week of growth on Instagram since we started working together, over 10,000 new followers in just this week.
A little team meeting with the boys here. We got some YouTube strategy, a couple calls earlier today, but we got the squad here. Say what's up, guys.
What's up? You do it.
I got it. This is what it's going to be. I think I can do the Elon videos that he was doing 7 years ago better than him. Philip, I just want to make sure that you're on board with this too. The style I want to have is just like the days that I'm going through every day. Like I'm vlogging constantly, and then I'm sending you a folder of all of the stuff that I did throughout the day, along with a voice note of like what I kind of want the video to be. Bro, today I literally recorded a 6-minute video on the way back from the gym, just like talking, because I'm trying to document this whole thing. I have tons of stuff like this. Like I recorded this at like 7:30 today. on the way back from the gym. It's 6.5 minutes of talking. So you can use something like that. I was like yawning a bunch of times and I was like, oh, like this shit sucks, this or whatever. I'm fucking tired. And then we have like an intro, like a 5 second intro that's just upbeat and it's like vlog style.
Eventually.
We're back out here on the road, 4:35 p.m. That day absolutely flew by. There's still much to do. One more call, but dude, that 10 calls flew by today. And I think that's an ode to packing your schedule and like putting it in a way where there's not too many big breaks. When I was in sales, I used to book calls an hour out from each other, and the calls used to take anywhere from like 20 to 45 minutes depending on like how long I decided to talk to him on the phone. And then there'd be this weird like 30 or 40 minute like interval between the calls where I wouldn't really know what to do. You can't like start any deep work, you can't really do too much in between. You're still kind of like thinking about the other call, preparing for the next call that comes afterwards. And it's weird. You can't really get that flow state and maintain it. But today we did a good job of just packing out the calendar. We talked to all the team members, not all of them, but a majority of them, and it went great. Like a lot of people are still on board. I thought the expectations were going to be pretty harsh for some people, and it didn't really end up being that hard. But I would say the takeaways from this are to outline the expectations for your team, so they know what you're expecting from them. Because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, especially as young team builders, young entrepreneurs, young business owners, we just expect everybody to just know what we're thinking. And I'm really guilty of that too. That's why I had to really spell it out and be like, hey, these are the expectations. This is what I want you to accomplish. This is what we need from you in order to get to the next level in our company. Are you down for that? And if the answer is yes, let's ride. If the answer is no, dude, no hard feelings at all. We just need people who are able to follow this in order to get to the place we want to go. Secondly, what are we doing out and about right now, Dan? We got work to do. I opened up a new credit card when I was in Greece because the processors were frozen. I needed more funds to pull from. And it kind of got corrupted because Chase was like, what are you doing opening this in Greece? This is super random. I sent it to one of my employees who was in Colombia at the time that was using it in Colombia, and they must have thought it was like super messed up. So they wouldn't let me pay off the card on my mobile app. So I had to go into the bank, take care of that, paid that. And then now we're out to eat for the first time today. I'm going and stopping by the local grocery store here in New York and gonna pick up a nice sub and eat that. Why am I eating for the first time around 5 p.m.? Because you lose energy, you lose focus when you eat. Every time you eat, you ever feel that afterwards where you're like, oh, not feeling too good, man? And I always feel that when I eat. So I decide like I'm gonna have nothing more than like maybe a banana or like a little thing of yogurt or maybe like a little candy, like a small one throughout the day, just to like take the edge off so I'm not like completely pissed about everything. But you keep that hunger, because that hunger at the beginning of the day is different. If you can keep that until like 4 or 5 p.m., that's incredible. Eat at 5 and then get back at it for some deep work until 7, 8, 9, depending on the amount of tasks that are in front of you. And then getting after it, getting a good night's sleep, studying, and then staying in. But dude, we've been on a grind today. You've seen some of the Zoom calls we've been on, big day of calls, and we got a little bit more deep work to do tonight. We'll keep you guys posted. But takeaway from this, actionable, is just eating later in the day. I'm not saying I'm an expert at intermittent fasting. I'm just saying the longer you can stay hungry, the longer you're going to be hungry, the longer you're going to be able to operate at your max potential throughout the day as business owners. So catch you guys a little bit later. All right, we're back home and officially done with all of our calls. So we're just going to wrap up some semi-deep work for the end of the night, mainly just getting us prepared for tomorrow. Preparation will solve all problems. The more prepared you are for something, the more over prepared you are for a certain activity, the more you will succeed at it. Doesn't matter how talented your opponent is, doesn't matter how untalented you may think you are. If you over prepare, you will succeed. So what we got left on tap for tonight, on our little legal pad right here, we have script videos for a consulting call tomorrow with our client Tanner. And then we also we're going to be sending our team a copy of the updates and the expectations that we had from our calls earlier today with them. And then we're going to get our site, coolness.co, officially live. Not actually launching the site. I just need to put something up as the site on the internet because we have a big article coming out, Forbes Colombia. They've been waiting on me just to launch this coolness site so they could backlink it, because they have to have something attached to the backlink in the articles. They've been waiting like over a month now. I don't even live in Colombia anymore, and they have the article ready to go. I just have to get this site live. We had an issue with GoDaddy where it was like something where you buy it and you have to wait 60 days until it's actually yours. We just got it the other day. So I'm going to put the site live, submit back in, say, hey, coolness.co is live. Let's run the article. And that'll be out over the next couple of days, which is really exciting. So we got that. Once we finish that, eat some dinner and do a little bit of studying tonight to wrap up the day. Always finish up the day, exercising the brain with some studies. But yeah, let's get into it. Now, this right here is my favorite way to put on some extra muscle. Now, this only counts. You're only allowed to do this if you hit the gym with intensity in the morning and eat clean throughout the entire day. Now, over here we got US passport, some euros. We got our content creator course for the day. Shout out my guy Anthony doing the 14-day filmmaker, because we are doing a big photo shoot slash video shoot slash epic content session in Central Park with a billionaire. It's actually a week from today. So that's what's going on next Monday. So we got to prepare for that. We got our content creator course here at the lab. A nice little bowl of ice cream to eat. We'll see you guys next time.